How to make a rented apartment better and stay on budget. In brief, choose modular, knock-down furniture. Use decor and accessories that you can easily take away when you move. See more in the video. If you're inspired by the ideas for interior from the video, you can purchase the furniture and accessories you liked from the links below. Step 1. Start with furniture. If you rent an unfurnished apartment, be creative and furnish it to your liking. Purchase such basic items as sofa, cupboard and table. You can easily find affordable knockdown furniture. Storage modules are a handy option. They can accommodate your entire wardrobe, shoes and books. You should buy such modules for a furnished apartment as well, because usually it has a minimal set of furniture. Modern modules are available in different colors and materials. They will create bright accents in the boring design. A floor rack will come in handy if you don't have enough space. Today, they are trendy and you can choose from a wide range of different shapes and styles. With paint and tutorial videos on YouTube, you can easily turn Granny's old furniture into a stylish, modern set. The owners will probably be glad as well. There are many offers of old but rather high-quality furniture at a token price on Craigslist. Giving it a new look is easy and cheap. Beanbag chairs and decorative cushions look like a bright spot in the room. In the future, you can easily take them away with you. Step 2. Decorate the room. We are done with furniture. Now let's make the apartment comfortable and your own. If you don't like the wallpaper or paints of the walls, you can buy removable wallpaper. You can easily remove them without traces and take them away with you. Use throw blankets and removable covers for sofas and chairs to give the furniture a new look. Sets of bed linen of designer colors will lift your spirit right away. Curtains chosen to your liking will completely change the apartment style. Bright curtains are recommended for monochrome interiors. Monochrome-like curtains will balance the multicolored walls. You can cover an old table with glass and put any poster under it. Choose a carpet in your favorite style for the floor. Use a lot of textiles in the interior. It looks really good. Personal photos will help personalize the apartment. With special clips and stickers that leave no traces, you can hang them anywhere on the walls. Wall-size posters of large black and white photographs make the room look modern. Posters and billboards cost nothing, but make the interior look bright and charming, a sort of hippie chic. You can divide a one-room or studio apartment into zones with a screen. You can find this item in any suitable style. Step 3. Add accessories to make it cozy. Boost the coziness with additional options. Houseplants freshen up the interior and lift spirits. Choose the lowest maintenance ones. A living environment is never amiss. Usually there's a chandelier in the standard apartment. It's a single source of light. With lamps and wall luminaries with clips, you can completely change the lighting in the apartment. You won't even have to drill anything. Soft, warm lighting will make your interior domestic. Scented candles and diffusers will create a relaxed atmosphere. You can easily find them in any store. Light garlands coast pennies and look magical. You can take all these things away easily when moving into a new apartment, but they will give your style and sound to the room. Use these simple steps to turn a boring room into a cozy and homey place to relax or spend time with friends. How to prepare a one-room apartment if you are expecting a baby. In brief, it's impossible to predict everything. The main thing for a start is to arrange a corner for swaddling and feeding. You can think about the rest later, when the child grows a little. Watch the video for the best ways to do it on a budget. Tip 1. What to consider when renovating. If you want, even in a one-room apartment, you can organize a space comfortable both for the baby and parents. The main thing is to not overdo it and not to turn your living room or bedroom, which is a versatile room, into a children's room. If you're going to refresh the interior, then choose neutral, monochrome wallpapers or the ones with a contrasting ornament, instead of bright options with princesses, pirates, bunnies or unicorns. This is because babies under 3 months feel more relaxed in a monochrome interior. Adults will also feel much more comfortable in a room with a restrained design. Tip 2. Zoning and smart storage systems are everything. After bringing your baby home, you'll really have many more things in the apartment. To prevent your home from turning into chaos when it seems that the whole room is crammed with rattles, diapers, bottles, you should make sure that everything you need is in its place and always at hand. Arrange a corner for swaddling and feeding in advance. You can easily use a dresser, sideboard, or any stable low cabinet as a swaddling table. Just cover it up with a thin mattress or use a removable structure. Place cotton balls, diapers, and wipes into plastic containers, preferably transparent ones that look in harmony with the interior design. It will be neat and hygienic. You can put the containers on hanging shelves. When you catastrophically lack the storage room, you must use the walls as much as you can. Children's clothes should be kept separately, but you don't have to buy a separate dresser for them. Just spare a couple of shelves and drawers in the adult wardrobe for the baby's jumpers and bodysuits. You can store toys in hanging, lidded baskets. Replace a comfortable but too bulky feeding chair with a retro-style rocking chair. It will fit into any interior and both the mom and the baby will feel comfortable in it. Cover it with a soft throw blanket, add a couple of cushions, put a compact table beside, and your cozy corner is ready. Tip 3. Deciding between a crib and a cradle. If you plan that the child will sleep with the mom at first, just buy a couple of cheap blankets or plates so as to not stain your favorite sofa's upholstery or bed linen. If that is not your option and you plan that the baby will sleep alone, you should decide on a crib. A cradle is more convenient, it looks nice, but collects a lot of dust and takes up too much space. Besides, keep in mind that it won't last long. The baby will quickly grow out of it. How to organize a workplace in a one-room apartment. In brief, organize a workplace in one part of the room so that you can disguise or hide it at the end of the day. No one likes a messy workplace. A table cluttered at the end of the day looks disgusting. But if you have only one room, it can become both your bedroom and workplace. Step 1. Organize a workplace. You don't necessarily have to use a boring beige desk resembling an office one. Use a comfortable writing, console, or dining table that harmoniously matches your bedroom. Try to complement the table with a display platform. You can make it from a shelf fixed on 2 wooden supports. The display should be located at eye level, and the keyboard can be conveniently hidden under the platform. If your table has no drawers, make it a fabric skirt. It will hide the printer and electrical cables. A bureau or a writing cabinet is perfectly suitable for the bedroom workplace. You can simply lift the lid when you've done your work. The most unnoticeable things are in the plain view. Use this rule when arranging a small room. Decorate your workspace with vintage furniture and fashionable accessories. Thus, you will make it an interesting bedroom element. Step 2. Make the most of the space. Make the most of all available space. Hang shelves above the table in the corner. As an option, you can use a ladder table with shelves or a modular storage system with a countertop. Cover the boxes and folders with documents with wallpaper and fabric that matches the decor style. If you want, you can take a creative approach to the decor. Put the documents in a small vintage suitcase and hide the printer paper in an old wooden box. Folding table will help you save space and separate workspace. This table makes it possible to hide the laptop and everything you need in the wall. As an option, you can use a folding table built into the wall or a butterfly-type folding table. Step 3. Use a stool or a chair instead of a computer chair. A large office chair in the bedroom makes it look uninviting, so use a soft stool or a comfortable kitchen chair instead. However, if you work at home all the time, then a computer chair is still the best option. A good idea is to find an attractive one that matches the bedroom interior. There are a few of them, but they still exist. If you already have a common chair, throw a blanket over it or cover it with a beautiful fabric. Natural materials can balance the working and technical functions of the room. Put an indoor plant or a cotton spur in the vase on the table. And if numerous wires make you feel uncomfortable, equip your workplace with as many wireless devices as possible, such as battery-powered lamps. Step 4. Locate your office in an unused space. Take a closer look at unused spaces in your apartments. A niche or a former dressing room can make a good workplace. Hang a deep, wall-long shelf at the table level. Make storage shelves above the makeshift countertop. Put the printer on the floor. Use this space for work and close the door after a workday.
How to make the old house modern. In brief, decide which elements of the old interior you want to highlight and which ones to hide. See more in the video. Recently, many people have been trying to upgrade their old houses. Plenty of original interior elements have been covered by modern decor. The good news is that the most designers realize that they should respect the house's old elements and appreciate unique features and details. Antique interiors can become a great base for an outstanding design. Tip 1. Place a contrast card. By combining a modern color range and design of furniture with wooden moldings and panels, you will benefit from the contrast and shape a unique and harmonious space. There are many ways to avoid turning your house into a museum and to keep it functional and peculiar. Tip 2. Choose a spotlight. Use one of two approaches. Use the old elements as a muted background or highlight them. The first approach will help preserve the beauty of the antique interior, but will merge it with the modern design. For example, if you paint the walls around an old forge fireplace the same dark color, you will modernize the space. Besides, thus you will give your guests time to get used to the interior and gradually notice the fireplace, which otherwise would catch their eyes right away. The second method will allow you to highlight unique interior elements, such as ceiling moldings. To get this effect, you can paint the walls a contrasting color and use simple modern furniture that doesn't steal the show. Thus, the antique stucco molding will become the key element of an unsophisticated room with low-key furniture. 3. Pay attention to details. You can make an interesting play with the old decorative elements, making your house visually more modern. For example, if an old wooden molding has lost its attractiveness, apply copper metallized tape around the room where the molding used to be. Or just paint the bottom of the wall a different color. Feel free to use any contrast, peculiar stucco and a futuristic lamp, a new armchair and a chest of drawers from the 50s, against the walls covered with Victorian wallpaper. Pay attention to details. Install modern switches, radiators, and door handles instead of the old ones. It will make the interior look intriguing and fresh. Some manufacturers offer wallpapers with modern classical motifs, but a simple pattern and fashionable color solutions. This kind of upgraded classics may be perfect for a modern old house, especially subject to creative approach. For example, you can cover one room with wallpaper of different colors, but identical patterns.
How to design a kitchen diner. In brief, think over a furniture arrangement plan, mark off the zones, or even disguise the kitchen. See in the video about how to make a kitchen diner cozy. Tip 1. Separate the kitchen zone. When hearing about a kitchen studio, you always imagine a cozy open space full of lights. But, in fact, it often turns out to be just a small room with a couple of kitchen cabinets, a standard table, and a sofa in the far corner. To save a kitchen diner from resembling a dorm room, you can divide the space into functional zones. For this, you can use larger furniture, which you probably already have in the apartment. A dining table, a sofa standing its back to the kitchen, and an open low shelf stand will act as a divider. In a large room, you should find space for a kitchen island. It's more functional than standard floor drawer units. Besides, it looks advantageous. If the room is small, you can separate the diner with a compact bar counter. Tip 2. Choose different slides for each zone. Replace the flooring in the diner with laminate or parquet if possible. In the kitchen area, it may be ceramic tiles. If you can't do this, just hang pictures on the walls of the conditional diner and lay a carpet on the floor. You can also use color to divide the space. For example, a dining table with a countertop of a color which differs from the rest of the kitchen furniture can visually separate the diner from the kitchen. You can paint the walls in the diner and the kitchen in different colors. And to make the interior look harmonious in general, choose the highlight color, which can be seen in common details. For example, a colorful rug in the diner can be supported by light fixtures and decorative vases of the same color in the kitchen. Or you can buy sofa cushions whose color will match the kitchen chair's upholstery shade. Tip 3. Disguise the kitchen. A disguise is suitable for any room, regardless of its size. The goal is to harmoniously fit the kitchen into the living room without attracting attention to it and keep its functions at the same time. A good idea is to replace standard modular hanging cabinets with open shelves. They provide enough space to put the tableware, loose products in beautiful jars and accessories. They also look lighter and don't eat up the space. You can keep small appliances and large tableware in built-in floor cabinets with sliding doors. Choose a neutral shade and solid materials without glass inserts for their front sides. In this case, they won't attract attention and it will be much easier to take care of them. You can use non-standard furniture. A small round table instead of a classic dining table, lightweight plastic chairs instead of classic wooden ones. It will be cozy. How to renovate tiles. In brief, tiles are easier to renovate than remove. See more in the video. Sometimes people don't want to buy or rent an apartment if they don't like the tile in it. It may look as if there are only two ways to fix it: do the tiling anew or put up with the old one. But there are other ways out. The most popular solution is to paint the tile. This option is believed to be a budget renovation, which can usually be found in pub toilets and cheap apartments for rent. But that's not the case. If you paint the tile correctly, it will look fresh and modern. Step 1. Preparing the tiles. To achieve a good result, you should prepare a tile. Thoroughly clean it with an anti-fungal agent. Use an anti-lime scale cleanser. If the tile is very glossy or too dirty, process it with sandpaper. Step 2. Painting the tiles. Don't use a brush to apply paint, but do it with a sponge roller instead. It will leave no traces. Usually, you can buy ready-made tile paints. If you fail to find a suitable color, you can use a common emulsion paint mixed with pigment. Cover the painted tile with a waterproof compound. Use a tile joint marker. It will make the tile look new. Since tiles usually start wearing off from the edges, by painting the wall solid color you will make it more durable. It's a common view that tiles should be glossy and shiny. However, matted surface looks very fashionable. To transform identical boring squares, use multicolored grout for joints. They come in different colors, from pastel to metallic. Use a scraper to remove old grouts and apply new one. Step 3. Decorate the tiles with stickers. Many people tend to think that tile stickers are tasteless. However, you can find rather fashionable ones if you search well. If you want to decorate a limited surface, apply stickers on each tile. Or use a border sticker for a larger area. Separate tiles randomly decorated with stickers also look good. You can shake up monochrome tiles with a few stickers. If the tile is done well but looks boring, for example due to its pure white color, you can use a contrasting sticker. It will be an interesting solution for a room where the walls aren't usually decorated. Affordable stone imitating stickers will decorate simple tiles and make it look like concrete or mosaic setting. Step 4. If you didn't like the painting. If you don't like the result, you can simply cover the old tile with a new one. However, it will only work out if the old tile is clean and takes a good hold on the wall. This option is suitable if you don't feel like removing the tile and doing all the work from scratch. How to renovate an old sofa. In brief, restore the filler, change the upholstery and add cozy accessories. See in the video how you should do that. Step 1. Restore the filler. An old shabby sofa with a sagged seat can really spoil the look of your room. Don't worry if your immediate plans don't include buying new furniture. You can renovate the sofa yourself and stay on budget with assessing the condition of the filler in removable cushions on the seat or the backrest. If there are sagged, thin areas, you can fill the void with soft material. For example, Synthepon will do. If the filler is completely damaged, you'd better replace it. A perfect option for this is thick, dense foam. Simply cut out pieces that suit the cushion size. Use fabric covers as a template. Such a technique is suitable for decorative cushions too. Step 2. Make a new clothes for the sofa. You'll pay a fortune for professional replacement of fabric upholstery, but the task will be simpler if you know how to sew and are not afraid of hard work. Make a removable cover out of durable dense material. You can use a carefully removed old upholstery fabric as a sewing pattern. If, mildly speaking, you aren't very good at working on a sewing machine, then attach the new fabric to the base with a furniture stapler. Make beautiful creases in the corners and in the bending parts. The main thing is to buy plenty of fabric to spare. You can always cut the excess off with scissors. You can try dyeing removable covers in a washing machine if they aren't severely damaged. Choose the dye amount and type depending on the fabric size, density, and original shade. To avoid nasty surprises, do a test dyeing on an unseen area. You can also use multi-purpose chalk formulas to dye smooth fabrics. Treat the fabric with a brush, let it dry. Remove excess dye and smoothen rough areas with a fine abrasive. Apply the second layer if necessary. Next, cover the surface with a transparent varnish or wax-based furniture treatment compound. However, the easiest way to disguise pretty shabby upholstery is to cover it with a beautiful throw blanket. For it to stay in place, just add a couple of decorative cushions on the seat. Step 3. Add accessories. To make the renovated sofa even cozier, add a few highlights. A couple of soft plates will make the sofa textured and at the same time hide marks left by cut claws and stains from spilled drinks on the armrests. And don't forget about decorative cushions. If you want to add colors to a monochrome interior, choose bright monochrome cushions. If you appreciate restraint, but like uncommon solutions, buy cushions with geometric patterns or black and white floral prints. Cushions of different sizes will make a restrained interior a bit careless and relaxed. Feel free to experiment. Try to combine different fabric shades and textures. It will really turn your favorite old sofa into designer furniture. Thanks for watching. Check out other videos with the ideas for interior and click the bell button to stay in touch. You will find the links to the furniture and accessories you liked below the video. Enjoy renovation and embrace the changes.